Hello Marvel Future Fight fans, I'm Alfonso Gardeazabal, Community Lead for Marvel Future Fight, welcoming you to our post-Thanksgiving live stream. This time I am joined once again by the esteemed Danny Koo, Senior Games Producer at Marvel, and tonight we will be discussing our V460 Crescent update. Danny, welcome back.
Thank you.
Last time we saw you was for our Infinity War update.
Infinity War update, yes.
Alright, and since then you have had the wonderful privilege of becoming a super dad, so tell us how that's been going for you.
It's been great. She's 4 months old now. She's actually right after we released the Marvel Future Fight official soundtrack, and she was born.
Okay, well, any superpowers manifesting yet?
Not yet, but I hope my kids have them.
Yeah, maybe they skip our generation sometimes. So, also, what else have you been doing since we last saw you in the Infinity War update? Because that was quite a while ago.
Yeah, other than being a busy dad. So I think between us, we collaborated on a couple of X-Men updates, right? And then we also have a very interesting Infinity War update.
Yes, the Infinity Warps update. Speaking of Infinity Warps, out of all those new and interesting character combinations, which was your favorite?
I think Ghost Panther is probably my favorite.
Oh, you know what? It's funny you say that because Ghost Panther was also my favorite.
Who doesn't want a flaming panther?
Oh yeah, it was so cool.
I want that as a pet.
Yeah, and then, you know, Ghost Panther himself, instead of the human skull, he had the panther skull.
Panther skull.
All around, it was just a really awesome character.
And mashup.
Yeah, and I lucked out in getting him from one of the crystal chests.
Oh, nice.
And I'm like, yes, I got him.
Well done, Alfonso.
Yeah.
Well done.
Okay, so before continuing, there is a subject that I would like to address. We have recently lost somebody very dear to us, and as a result, not just the comic, but the entire entertainment world has grown a little darker. I am, of course, speaking of the inestimable Stan Lee, who leaves behind a world of fans and a near incomprehensible legacy. Mr. Lee was the architect of not just our childhoods, but the childhoods of generations, and I can't even begin to imagine what the vast entertainment landscape that he touched would be like without his contributions. May he and his work be forever remembered, and future generations inspired. To you, Stan Lee, we say, Excelsior!
His work lives on through us.
Yeah, and his comics.
Yes.
So, now on to happier topics. Excuse me for a second.
Nice mug.
You like that? So this mug right here, so that everybody could see it, both sides right here, this is actually official MFF licensed merchandise.
Yeah.
I stumbled across it at the Universal City Walk. I was on vacation. I was at Universal Studios, and I walked into a comic book shop, and I saw this, and it said official MFF merchandise on it. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, well, I gotta get one. I gotta get one of these.
Nice.
Right. You like this?
Yeah.
You want to drink out of one for during the live stream?
Sure. Let's.
All right. Great. Well, you know what?
Yeah.
When I was there, I grabbed two. There we go. I couldn't get just one. So yeah, knock yourself out while we stream. You can use that mug too.
Let me show it. Okay.
There you go. You can see that is official Marvel Future Fight merchandise.
Yeah, let's do it.
So moving on while you're getting there ready to go. Before we go any further, I would like to let everyone know that Danny and I will be answering viewer questions about the Crescent update near the end of the live stream. Our staff will be monitoring the chat and be collecting questions, and at the end of the live stream we'll pick a few choice ones and answer them. So please submit your Crescent update related questions now. Oh, you got it? You good?
There you go.
There we go.
Cheers.
Cheers. Anyway.
This is water.
Yeah. Well, I had stunt water.
Nice.
Right. So, anyway, there's a reason for you being here, Danny. A little bit of a vested interest, if you will. So why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, this is our third collaboration on original character. I feel like I need to be here to kind of celebrate the new creation between the collaboration between Marvel and Netmarble. The first one we did was Sharon Rogers to celebrate the Captain America's 75th anniversary. So we created her with you guys. The second one, we created our first Marvel's original character, first K-pop star, superhero. Right. And that was well received, by the way.
Right. Luna Snow, pretty good character. Right.
Very good character, and that was just earlier part of this year. And then shortly after that, I asked the team, like, hey, we should create the new original character, and they got to work since then. And today we get to unveil, Crescent to the world.
Right. Crescent and Io.
And Io.
Right.
Yes.
So thank you for that background, Danny. With that groundwork laying, I would like to use this to segue into the V460 character showcase. So why don't we take a look at some of the new characters in this update. So right here we have Crescent, the first of the new characters.
Yeah.
And why don't we take a look here? She's a dual character, and as you can see, Crescent and Io, every move that she makes is mirrored by Io, the spirit bear.
Yeah,
so,
Io is it's like a mimic, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you know, she has a mask, and then her emblem, which is a moon emblem. Like you can see Io's face reflected on it. Mm-hmm. So when we designed this character in particular, you know, we asked ourselves this question. You know, a lot of our superheroes have either born with powers or, you know, science accidents.
Right.
You know, and I see kids, you know, walking around wearing masks and pretend to be superhero. It's like, hey, what if we give a kid a mask
and let them really become a
superhero?
So right here, we're in the, the skill preview, and as you can see, Io wants to protect Crescent, so he jumps into battle and he immediately starts attacking. Now, it's not just about him attacking on his own, because he also mirrors all of your moves. So I'm going to start doing some of the skills. I'm going to start with skill 1, and as you can see, he mirrors her. Skill 1. Now, why don't we do skill 2? And as you can see, they both charge up right there. They put a fear on some enemies, and he keeps attacking. Whenever you're not doing skills with him, he's attacking on his own, and then he'll match your skills when you use your skills. So why don't we check out skill 3 here? And as you can see, they're both mirroring each other, doing the exact same skill. And then skill 4 right here. Here's a really cool one. You see you got the nice knock up and the stun right there. And then skill 5 is the one skill where they kind of diverge a little bit, where they go from mirror to teamwork. Yeah. So why don't we do skill 5, which is always the coolest looking.
It's coolest. Let's do it.
Let's do it right here. They charge up. She dives in with a piercing attack, and he just belly flops onto the enemies. Right.
Yeah.
So
it's true to his name because Io, if you didn't know, it's derived from, you know, Jupiter's 4th largest moon,
right?
Named Io, which is the most dense moon in the solar system.
Right. So we have Crescent and Io so far. Now, why don't we look at Morgan LeFay? And if you look right here, we can see just how detailed this character is right here. I mean, just tons and tons of detail. I always look how these characters are just incredible. They look almost console quality here.
Yeah, so Morgan LeFay is also in keeping up this original theme update. You know, Netmarble and us, we redesigned Morgan LeFay's look as well to give her new uniform. Not only she's a new character for this update, also she's in her new uniform.
Yes, because Morgan LeFay is a classic Arthurian villain that has been in Marvel Comics for years, but now she's not just being introduced as a new character to Marvel Future Fight, she's being introduced with an original uniform. So why don't we look at some of her attacks right here. Now her just basic attack right there is a nice beam attack, but that's not even her skill attack. So why don't we look at her first skill right here. Her first skill, as you can see, she throws out some energy balls that explode and cause some nice stun damage right there. Now her second attack right there, she charges up and she fires some like energy or magic spirit blades around. That's really nice looking. Now her third skill is a really cool looking one. So I'm going to go right here into a group of enemies and activate it. And as you can see here, she summons a group of undead fairies. Now, if you look at the first couple, they just come in, do a couple of quick attacks, and disappear. But 2 stay behind, and the 2 that stay behind, they act as a decoy for enemies, as well as attacking on their own.
So, did you know this undead fairies? That's
yes.
also a new original creation. It doesn't exist yet.
So it is a new power of hers.
It's a new power of her and new character as well. The undead fairy, this look does not exist at all.
Until now. So why don't we once again look at skill number 5, the best, the coolest, always the best. So let's see what she's got here. Boom! Now you see she creates a spell sigil on the ground, and then tons of magic flying around everywhere. And you know what I did? I neglected to show skill 4. So why don't we go into skill 4 real quick? So here. Yeah, with skill 4, she's got a progressive beam attack, but it's not just the beam. If I'm going to do it again, if you pay attention, it's the beam plus it's magic meteors just flying in and smashing everything at the same time. So she's got a double whammy right there. Yeah. So that's Morgan LeFay. Let's look at the next character. Now, the next character right here that we have is, of course, we've teased her already, White Fox.
Yes. So White Fox is first, you know, a Korean character for Marvel actually. It was created. She was first debuted in Korea via the webtoon, and then she get introduced into the West via the Contest of Champions comics, and now she's in Future Fight. So again, keeping up with this update, we gave her all new original costume as well to debut her in Marvel Future Fight.
Awesome. Now, why don't we... Yes, because she is an existing Marvel character, but she's new to Marvel Future Fight. And, as a South Korean person, it makes sense to include her.
Yeah, she works for the National
Intelligence Agency. So why don't we look at a couple of her skills. As a National Intelligence Agent, she should have some martial skills. So here, her first attack is a nice little baton attack right there with that does some bleed damage. Then her second skill is where she first goes into her real fox magic right there, as you can see right there. Nice ability there, nice effects. Now her third skill is one that I really like. We're talking about fox, white fox, white fox. Why don't we see some real white foxes here?
Yeah.
Now, right here, she sends in some foxes to attack her enemies that put some bleed damage on them. That's really cool. I like those summon abilities. Now here's her fourth ability. Now her fourth ability is a really cool and unique ability right here. If you look closely, you can see those orbs coming out of the enemies and going into her, and it goes with her lore right there.
Yeah.
She's attacking and absorbing the life energy from her enemies to heal herself.
Yes, that's the lore of White Fox I looked at.
Yes, and so now with skill 5. Skill 5 is, once again, as always, the coolest. So why don't we take a quick look at it? Very fast, lots of attacks, bleed, and charm. So that's cool. I mean, she has a lot of effects-based abilities. Yeah. So that right there is White Fox. Why don't we exit out of White Fox there? So
she speaks multiple languages too, by the way.
How many?
A lot.
A lot.
It's like a requirement for her.
So she's a polyglot. Right. Okay. So now, why don't we go into the new character, or excuse me, the new uniforms?
Because we've got some new uniforms.
Yes, we've got more than just new uniforms. We've also got more than new characters. We've got new uniforms. So right here we have the Captain America Sharon Rogers Dark Star armor.
Mm-hmm. So this Dark Star armor is, in keeping with the timeline of Sharon Rogers, the scientist, Tony Stark, which is a scientist in that timeline. It's actually providing, tech support. Reinforcement for the operating in South Korea. So it's like a satellite shield division working with Nick Fury. So they provided this Dark Star armor for Sharon Rogers. As you can see, the red portion is all tech based. And this time we actually give her a double-edged blade.
Double-edged blade, yeah.
And she can shoot from both sides if she wants. Yeah.
Okay, so why don't we look at some of the skill changes here. We go into the uniform list, uniform effects, and she got a lot of nice uniform changes here. So why don't we look at reverb shield first.
See,
auto target and blast. So now shock and awe. Let's see how
shock and awe.
Very nice skill with the push back right there. Mm-hmm. Now the next one is Vanguard Lance.
Stay guarded, right?
Right, now she got the shield there and then she charges in. Very nice. Yep. Now the next one is Buster Lance. And let's see just how... Oh, I like that. She's got the spin attack, the rising attack, and then the blast right there. So it's a nice triple attack right there. Mm-hmm. And then Energy Piercer, which I feel will probably be the strongest. Let's check it out. Energy Piercer.
It should be.
Now let's see. Yep. Charges up, and boom. Nice, strong, slow attack that has a huge push on it. You see how far back she pushes that enemy right there. Yep. Very nice. So that is the Sharon Rogers Dark Star armor. So why don't we look at the Luna Snow's new armor? You want to talk about that a little bit?
So Luna Snow, when we first debuted her, she was on her way to be a K-pop star, and now she's an operative. After the science accident, that how she got her power. So we kept her colors, two-tone color. Right side is always the dark ice magic, and the left side is the light ice magic. And this time we gave her a communicator as well to able to speak to her teammates, and give her an outfit that she can be fast.
I mean, yeah, this seems like it's a real evolution of the character from, being a part-time hero to a more serious hero, an operative.
She's full-time now.
Right.
Yeah.
So why don't we take a look at some of her... Now, as you can see, Encore, her passive skill got a buff. Now, let's look at her active skills that have been changed. So first we have Shimmering Crystal. And as you can see right here, she does an attack that puts a freezing dot with an explosion on enemies.
And just freeze them.
Right.
Yep.
Now the next one is Dancing Sensation. Now it seems like she's got some K-pop themed abilities.
Dancing Sensation.
Right. Dancing Sensation. Yeah. You and Me, the name of her first single, right there.
We should play that You and Me.
Right.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
So while that's playing, why don't we show the skill itself? So as you can see, she does a quick rush around the enemy and then just ice spears into them, which culminates in a frost-based confusion on enemies right there. And then last but not least, Winter Heart, which I would assume is going to be a very powerful ability. Let's just see how strong it is. Now you can see it's a nice big AoE with her logo right there, her emblem. Yep. Yes. And that right there is Luna Snow's new uniform. And we've got a big space theme there. We got Crescent and Io. We got Sharon Rogers in her Dark Star armor. Luna Snow in her Andromeda Galaxy. That's very cool. Yeah. But you know what?
I think we should reveal something special for Luna Snow.
Sure. You know what? Luna Snow was our second original character. She's a really cool character. A lot of people like her. She's a pop star. She actually has music outside of the game. Why don't we show something new for her? Let's put that up there. Oh, there we go. There so we have some new key art right here for Luna Snow.
New key art for Luna Snow. Right. By fabulous artist from Netmarble.
Right. Yes.
Ji Hang.
Yeah, our art lead.
And his team. Like they all contribute to this design. At Marvel Games, we're very happy with this collaboration, and they continue to deliver. It's like such fabulous art.
Oh yeah, the art is great, and she's a pop star, so she deserves special treatment. Get her own key art right there, special, just unique key art. And you know what? Static art is awesome, but video is even better. How would you like to check out the new V460 character video?
Let's show it to the world.
All right. Yeah. Well, here is the world premiere of the V460 character video live now. There we go. Really cool stuff. Danny, how does it feel to see all these characters and content that Netmarble collaborated with Marvel come to life?
It's fantastic. It's fantastic. The team do this every month. Imagine the mocap studio they have there. They have the motion captured pretty fast.
Every single video.
Every single video. I mean, this is very, very impressive, and we all love it at Marvel Games.
Right. I mean, was there anything in particular in that video that really caught your eye? You really liked?
The animations, the colors, and in case you didn't notice, the front video taking place in Busan actually.
Yes.
Where it's related to, which we'll touch on later. the night scene fits perfectly.
Mhm.
On the left side you have the tech. Morgan LeFay is ancient magic. So we have the tech versus
magic
theme.
Right. All right. Well, there is more content to look at, but how about we jump back into our character showcase for a moment? So we do still have more stuff to show. Obviously, as you can see on the right side of the screen, hey, who's that? Miles Morales. Spider-Man. But why do we have Miles Morales in here? Well, obviously, the new Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse movie is coming out very shortly.
Very shortly.
The 14th, I believe. And so we felt it only natural that we would include a new Spider-Man costume for that. And so here we have Miles Morales in his Into the Spider-Verse outfit.
Yes, we kept the details on him just like the film.
Just like in the film, as you can see, like I like his little sneakers there. He's got his sneakers and his hoodie there. So why don't we take a look at some of his changed abilities? And as you can see, he got five changed skills. So let's start with Web Shot. Web Shot is just a standard web stun right there. Flips over the enemy, stuns them. But then we have Backbite. And Backbite, I actually like Backbite because it's cool what he does there. He rushes in, does a quick switch around the character and attacks them from behind. And when he attacks them from behind, as you know, Miles Morales, he was bitten by a different kind of spider than Peter Parker was. So his abilities have some bioelectric power behind them. So, he can also electrically stun his enemies. So let's check out the next one, Rolling Spider. And here we go, he swings in and then just slams in and rolls through, setting everything electrical. Great, so next one is Venom Blast. And Venom Blast is a really cool ability because he just, look at that. You see the speed behind that attack right there? And it's just back and forth, zigs in and then zooms out. And he does a dot electric attack right there. And then the last one, Web Rope. I really like Web Rope because what he does is he reaches into the ground, rips out a huge chunk of concrete, and then with his web just smashes it repeatedly into enemies, stunning them. So that right there is Miles Morales. And that's pretty much all of our new character and uniform content. Actually, you know what?
Look, the community has been asking for someone for a long, long time.
Well, shoot. You know what? I think you're right. I think there is something that we almost forgot to mention. Should we go into that?
Let's show it to them.
All right. All right. So there we have one more tab. We had Team 1, Team 2. Why don't we check out Team 3 here? There we go. Well, you look at that. We have Hyperion.
We got Hyperion.
So Hyperion, we had a number of months back a in-game poll to see which character should get a revamp, and Hyperion won. And we've been working on that for months and months, trying to figure out the best way to really improve the character and make him relevant in current gameplay. And here we go. We have Hyperion, and now we would love to go into details about how he's changed, but we're going to have to tease you. But it's a good tease because we can tell you that he is coming in the V460 update, available tomorrow.
Yes.
So tomorrow you will get to play with the new and improved Hyperion, but to see how he's changed, you'll just have to wait till tomorrow. You know what? Actually, I think there's one more thing.
Yeah, I mean, Hyperion, they've been asking for too long, and I think it's appropriate to add something on top of that too, right?
I think you're right. So I'm gonna press a little button here and see what happens. What have we got here? We've got a new Hyperion uniform, and it is a classic Hyperion uniform. But wait, it's not just an all-new classic Hyperion uniform. It is an all-new classic Hyperion uniform with stat changes. So we have a new uniform. Oh, we have the Hyperion complete revamp plus new uniform with stats changed and skills changed. So why don't we check out this new uniform here? It's classic costume.
Very classic.
Old school comic style, with the cell shading and the cool... Yeah, there we go. And why don't we take a look at his changed skills right here. So the first one is Heaven's Fist. Let's just see how powerful his new skills are.
How many fists is going to do?
Now there we go. We have the Atom logo right there, and then wow. Right there, tons of attacks right there. So that's pretty powerful right there. And then his next one is Solar Flare. Let's check out this one. So Solar Flare. Very fast, very cool there. So that right there is Hyperion. We just wanted to give you a little taste of what's coming. We want to let you know, finally, Hyperion has gotten the justice that he deserves. We've gotten the changes in the updates, not just the changes in the updates, but an additional new costume on top of that. So tomorrow, you will get to play with your new and improved Hyperion and if you want, with the new costume. So,
Nice.
when we first showed off this new character-related content, we were thinking, we can't just have that. There's more than that.
Yeah.
So we've also got new gameplay content. And we can't just talk about Crescent's quest to save her father from the clutches of the evil Morgan LeFay without going into more details about it. Would you like to talk about that some more?
Yeah, so the backstory of Crescent, of course, her dad is a henchman, if you will, to work for Morgan LeFay, and he's a specialist in procuring mystical artifacts around the world.
Did you say he's an archaeologist?
It's more than just an archaeologist. Like you want something, he will get it.
Okay.
Professional procurement.
Right.
He stole it. Anyway,
the museum gave it to him.
Yes, the museum handed to her.
Right.
And one day, for whatever strange reason, the dad decided not to hand over the Crescent mask to Morgan LeFay, and then
that she had requested.
That she has requested, and so Morgan LeFay just took him and say, hey, send her henchman to the house. Of course, Crescent is raised by a single father.
Right.
She's alone, and she's surrounded by this henchman, and she stumbled upon the mask, and here Io comes out, and then give a big roll, scare him away.
Right.
And then because she's a kid, she has a very pure heart. Io decided Crescent is the next guardian of the Moon Temple, and together, they bonded, they set foot and search out her father. And then along the way, in this quest, you which by the way written by the fabulous Max Morek. You on the journey to find father interesting. You find interesting characters, interesting events, that explain the entire story arc. And we're not going to spoil it on this one.
Right.
We'll let you decide.
But along the way, she meets some people, she makes some allies, and we'll see
what
what
all
happens.
happened for a reason.
Okay. All right. Well, as you may remember, we introduced Heroic Quest in our Infinity Warps update. And one of our new Infinity Warps characters, Arachnite, was unlockable through this Heroic Quest. We will make White Fox similarly obtainable through the Heroic Quest in the V460 update. As you can see here, we have the White Fox Heroic Quest menu, with all the available rewards that you get when you do her Heroic Quest. And as you've mentioned before, Danny, that her Heroic Quest is also...
Yeah, her hero quest is also written by Matsumura.
That's right.
It's all related. So this arc is a prelude of Crescent and Io. It's like it's like the magic artifacts around the world kept disappearing, and she's tasked with investigating and hunting down this stuff.
Right. And while we're talking about obtaining new characters, our villain character from this update, Morgan LeFay, will be available from a new hero package that you'll be able to find in the store. This package will contain character biometrics as well as upgrade materials, similarly to Emma Frost. And, while we're talking about all this new content, I think we've hit a good point in the stream where we can do some Q&A. Are you ready to do some Q&A?
Sure.
All right. So why don't we take a look at some of these questions right here. Well, the first question right here from Joe McCann is, are you ever going to create an original male character?
Yes. That will always be a plan for that.
Okay.
And we always try, we treasure our relationship. We'll always create new exciting content for future fight. Among with all the available roster of characters that Marvel already have. But yes, we will create male character next.
I mean, technically in this one we created half of a male character because we have Crescent and Io.
Io can be he or she. We're agnostic about it.
All right. Yeah, we'll leave that one up to the audience.
Yeah.
All right. The next question from let's see what we got here. Christian, Carlos, and Jose. Do we get Crescent and Io on bio subscription farmable or through bio selectors? So with Crescent and Io, they are going to be
first the pre-registration was a success.
So
right?
Yes, the pre-registration was a success. So you do get the character unlocked through pre-registration. Then we have the event battle where you can get more biometrics for the character. But as far as I know, that this character is going to be a subscription bio character. But hey, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. So why don't we go to the next question? Let's see what we got here. Hamata Windrunner asks if when we say decoy for Morgan LeFay, does the AI target them or ignore them? Now, the AI targets them. We didn't have the AI activated while just showing off the skills just to see what they look like. But they are decoys. They distract the enemies and fight for you. So let's see what we have next.
Terror, the first one.
The first one? Trell Katowski would like to know if any new skills are going to be part of the new Luna and Sharon uniforms. Well, we already showed them off, so I mean, clearly, yes, you can see that they do have new skills and abilities. Josh Louie wants to know, is there any chance that we'll get new story modes and give a chance to get higher than level 70? Well, as you know, that this game is over 3 years old at this point, and it is an always constantly evolving product. We are always adding new content and new content to the existing modes and new modes, so on and so forth. So, you know, while we can't say what's coming in the future, there's always new plans. Like, you know, just in the last update we had the new giant boss raid, you know, and that was new. And then the update before that we had the heroic quest. So we're always adding new stuff. Oh, here we go. Erickson Gabriel would like to know, now that we have Morgan LeFay, will Black Knight and Dane Whitman appear? That, you know, that is up to just the development process. Maybe, maybe not. But when we add characters like this that have long backstories tied to them, we open doors. Would you agree with that? We open doors for future characters tied to them.
Yeah, there's a lot of interesting characters. You know, there are many different favorites for different people. We'll try to accommodate as much as possible. But sometimes, like, you know, the schedule permitted, we would have a character that fits you.
Yes, and you know, just the vast universe. We can't have every character, but we try to make characters that make sense.
For every character in the game.
Okay. Players would like to know what the crystal cost for the new Sharon Rogers uniform is. Well, I mean, you'll just find out about that tomorrow. I mean, the uniform comes out tomorrow. You'll see then. Now, somebody noticed. Sophie noticed, and you know what? Because Sophie, you noticed, we're going to go back. If you wouldn't mind going back to gameplay for a second. We were hoping that somebody would notice that. I'm going to go back to skill. I'm going to go back to preview skill, and we are going to show off Sharon Rogers Tier 3. Here we go. So I'm just going to do a couple of quick attacks here to build it. There we go. Already built up the Tier 3. Who would like to see the new Tier 3? Danny, would you like to see the Tier 3?
Let's do it.
Would you like to press the button? Do the honors there?
I hope it auto-targets.
There we go. Here we go. Very nice. Would you say that that is a Tier 3 appropriate for Sharon Rogers?
Yes, that's very, very much Tier 3.
All right.
Yes.
Well, Sophie, congratulations, and thank you for noticing.
You unlock content for everyone.
Right, there we go. Now, Perry Dare would like to know if all classic uniforms will be cel-shaded. Now, they say that part of them likes the old school visuals, and they would like to see classic vision and classic Shang-Chi. Well, it is an aesthetic choice. Classic uniform isn't to us just old school uniform, it's classic comic book uniforms, and as such we want that to come through in the game itself, and to do that we do cel shading. So I mean, maybe in the future we might change that, but for now classic uniforms, that's how they look. And you know what, I think that's good for viewer questions. I think we've answered a nice number of them. Would you say so?
Yeah, if you have any more questions, hit up Marvel Future Fight.
Sure. All right, so why don't we move on from that. Thanks to everyone for oh, you know what, actually I almost wrapped up too early. For our viewers out there, if you'd like to learn more about what's contained in the Crescent V460 update, stay tuned to Mobrium for the patch notes just before release. For more details on the Mobrium page, just check, can we get the, there we go, right there, Mobrium, Marvel Future Fight, right there. That is where the patch notes will be posted when they are ready. We'd also like to use this live stream to tease some upcoming Marvel Future Fight events for the very first time. There's new event missions that is holiday themed that will match the winter season that we are currently in. You get to fight some enemies of the Frost variety, collect some holiday tokens, and then redeem them for fun prizes. There's a New Year's 7-day check-in event. There's a New Year's Platinum Gift Box event. There's some upcoming Spider-Man special events, and we can't forget about Crescent's limited time event battle that we talked about earlier. And there's more! So stay tuned to social media and in-game for more details. Now we can wrap up. Thanks to everyone for joining us for our Crescent Livestream, and for your continued support of Marvel Future Fight. Danny and I would like to wish everyone a happy post-Thanksgiving and happy winter holidays. And we are sure that you will all have a fantastic New Year's. Everyone's got something to be thankful for this time of year, and we are most thankful for the fan support, the privilege of working with Marvel on this license, and for the new Crescent V460 update that is coming out tomorrow, November 27th at 11 p.m. PST. But the thing that I am most thankful for is that I still have some Thanksgiving leftovers. Danny, would you like some pie?
Sure, thanks.
All right, great. So, thank you, and goodbye. Updates out... This needs Cool Whip.
Savage.
Updates out tomorrow.